I've got a recipe here for you. It's not my recipe, I'll explain it to you in a second, that only takes 4 ingredients, and the total time that you're actually hands-on like this is less than 15 minutes. We're going to use a very, very slow rise that will last between 12 and 18 hours. So it's kind of a 2-day procedure. You do this piece, you let it rise, you get back to it, again, minimal time getting it ready, you put it in the oven, you'll come out with an absolutely fantastic loaf of bread. So here it is. It's super simple. All our ingredients are yeast, regular salt, bread flour, and water. That's it. So you ready to do this? It's so simple. All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 400 grams of flour. We're close. 400. It's 402. But hey, 2 grams isn't going to kill anybody. All right. Next thing I do is I put my salt in. 8 grams of salt. Bingo. Throw it in. And this is active yeast. Just a 1/4 teaspoon. And for this, since it's so small, I don't even weigh it. Just a regular 1/4 teaspoon. Throw it in. Then just kind of mix it around a little bit so everything gets mixed around, your salt, your yeast, and your flour. Next up, and the last ingredient, is water. And what I'm trying to do here is get to 300 grams of water. Oh, look at that, $2.99. Bingo. That's it. Put a top on it. Don't put heat on it, but you can put it in a warm spot. So this is the bread that we made, the dough. This has been plus 18 hours. You can go anywhere between 12 and 18 hours. And what you're trying to get is a look. See those little teeny pinholes on there? They call it like tapioca pudding. So that's what you're going to get at that point. I've got a hand towel out here. It's going to play a central role. This is where the dough is going to end up. In my hand, I've got some wheat germ, and over here I've got some cornmeal. You make a little circle with the wheat germ, and I'm going to add cornmeal in as well. This serves 2 purposes. One, it's going to make it a nice crunchy crust with really good flavor when it's all done. But also, what's going to happen here is this won't let the dough stick. I'll just hit it with a little flour here, and then I'm going to start to pull it out. It's really good. It's a nice consistency. Boom. And I'm just going to stretch it just a bit. Now we're going to put the corners together. And boom, on top it goes. So come over here, give this a little sprinkle. Give that a little sprinkle. Again, 2-fold reason there. It takes away any stickiness, and also it's going to become the outer crust of that bread. Done. So I'm going to fold it. 1, 2. Put it away again. Anywhere between 1 to 2 hours. You'll know when it's done. It'll double in size. Push your finger into it. If the push inside the dough stays down, indented, then you'll know it's ready to cook. Okay, everybody, here's what's going on. Time has passed. Our bread has risen for 2 hours. You can go between an hour and 2 hours. I have a cast iron skillet in here, which I have preheated for the last half hour at 450 degrees. So now the fun part. It's super hot. I'm going to take it out, and I mean it's hot, right? Here comes this bread. Ready? That was the second rise. You see how big that got now? I'm a little bit stuck. Don't worry. It's okay. And I just pop it. Put my top on, and we're going to cook it. 30 minutes, and then we're going to take the top off of it and let it brown for another 10. Okay, so the majority of the cooking's done. It's been like 27 minutes or so right now. So all I'm going to do now is just take the top off and let it brown. Here comes our first look at our bread. Ooh, yeah. So now I'm just going to put it back in and let the top get browned over. Another 10 minutes, and we're done. All right, here we go. It's over with. We've warmed the top to give it that brown look. Almost got a little horseshoe look to it. That's the artesian aspect. Just put it onto a little rack. We're gonna let it cool, and then we'll come back and we'll start to slice it up and we'll get a taste. Okay, so about 25-30 minutes have passed. Put the bread on a rack to allow it to cool. It's still warm. Got this little knife here. I'm just gonna, what I wanna do is just take a couple of slices off here and show you those air pockets that you do get because of the long fermentation that you get. Just gonna sprinkle just a teeny taste of olive oil on that. Bust it in half. You can do a little dip, give it a taste. I hope you make it because it comes out perfect and it's easy.